what did I learn in that loss? What in that miss? What is it that I can pull out that I can apply to my life? So we test a lot, we fail a lot, we learn a lot, and if you learn a lot, you improve a lot. All of a sudden now you get better. And how did you get better? You got better because you learned. You see, each step just helps the next one get to another level. And if you learn a lot, you can improve a lot, which will bring you to the fifth stage, is then you can re-enter again. Okay, I tested, I failed, I learned, I improved. And then, only then, after I improve, do I re-enter. If I didn't improve, I don't re-enter. I mean, in America, we love tenacity, and we love that person who never quits. And you know, they keep hitting their head on the ceiling, but they just get back up and they just keep doing this. And we look at it and say, "Oh my gosh, I admire that person. That's a resilient person. That's a person they're never down. They're always up or getting up." No, this is not the picture of a resilient person. This is a picture of a stupid person. Don't get back up until you've learned and until you've changed. The moment that you've improved, you get back in the game. And don't miss this. This is so huge because this right here will just help. Watch this. Test, fail, learn, improve, re-enter. 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 That's why we call it the cycle to success. It will lift you, it'll lift your team, it'll lift your business, it'll lift your organization. Once you understand and develop a cycle, a process that'll help you get to where you really want to go. Let me give you, I've got 3 minutes. Good Lord. My gosh. Okay, choose the right response to failure. There's a choice you have to make in everything you do. So keep in mind that in the end, the choice you make makes you. When we have the right response to failure, it really begins to improve and add value to our life. I was talking to a CEO, I won't give his name because you would all know him. And we were having a very candid conversation. In that candid conversation, he was unusually open to me about his failures and his misses and his losses. And so I asked him, I said, of all the failures that you've had and the losses that you've had in this highly successful multi-billion-dollar company, I said, of all the failures and losses you've had, which one would you like to go back and do over? In other words, which one would you like to go back, or which ones would you like to go back and say, wow, I'd like to correct that failure, or I'd like to change that decision. And so I'm saying, okay, talk to me about do-overs. Which, you know, if you could go back to your failures and do one of them over, or two, which one would you do over? And his answer changed my life. He said, John, I've had a lot of misses, a lot of failures, a lot of losses. But I don't want to have a do-over on any of them. And I said, you have got to be kidding me. You mean, if you could go back and change something, you wouldn't go back and change? He said, no. And he said, let me tell you why. 2 reasons. He said, every failure I've had in my life, I've learned from it. If I went back and could do a do-over, I would lose the lesson. And I prefer the lesson more than anything else, because it's the lessons of life that have gotten me to my success in life. So he said, I don't want to lose the lessons, so I don't want to do a do-over. And he said, secondly, every failure, every mistake, every loss, wow. Honestly, John, he said, it's given me character. It's built within me courage and resilience. It's made me a better person. He said, I'm bigger on the inside than I'm on the outside. I'm becoming better on the inside. And it's because he said, these failures have developed character in my life.